Hello, YouTube and X. Had a piece of chicken. Couldn't get down. It's your main man BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. Thanks for joining. Thanks for live. And we are here, and the market is down because the title said the U.S. Treasury confirmed today it is not buying more Bitcoin. So that's going to send the market down, right? And everybody is up in arms about being bamboozled, being lied to, being manipulated, being let's see, conned, I guess. But it happens, guys. Just roll with the punches, right? There's nothing you can do about it now. So just roll with the punches and keep it moving. Although you can see here, I'm going to tell you, keep an eye on things that are green when everything else is red. So there's Cardano, which is up 3%. That's weird. Bear, which I'm also been keeping an eye on. This bear chain, I'm not 100% sure. I need to do more research on it, but it's up 16 places. So it's doing something. And again, it is red. I mean, it is green on a red day. When the rest of the market is down because of news, it seems to be pushing up. Radian's up. What was that? What was that? Radian's up 0.5%. HTX is up 1.6%. I might need to circle back to HTX. I like the low market cap. Wait a minute, the market cap's $1 billion? That's weird. But I like that low price. White Rock is up 20% today. I think I did pick up some White Rock yesterday. Astra AI is up 15%. Kind of high for my taste, but we will see. Looking for my phone. I thought my phone was here. I think I set it down somewhere. But that is Astros. And let me see here. Everything else is red, right? Down. Litecoin's down. Nero's down. Swarm's down 12. Baby Dodge is down 7. Spectre AI is down 17. Mordenai is down 14. SPS 15. XPX 6900 is down 11. Ethereum Classic down 7. Dog with a Hat's down 11. Let me see. Looking for Peanuts down 12. Brett's down 9. Turbo's down 11. Where is ZBCN actually? H bar's down 5. That's weird. Well, the good thing is, wow, XRP is down 6, getting close to pushing back under that, or 5.6, getting close to pushing back under that $2 mark, or down under $3. Metals up down 3.7. Where is Zebec? That's weird. But the good thing is, like I said, Zebec isn't down big if it is down. So Zebec, okay, that's why, is down 0.3, 4 on the day, down 0.4 in the up 0.4 in the hour. So it looks like there is a bounce back. And let me play this video from Circle real quick because I'm trying to find my phone. So let's see what Circle has to say. Well, the sound's on. Can you hear me? Just waiting for the video to start. I don't know what happened here and why the video didn't start. That's weird. Let's see if we can get the video going where there's no image here. But yeah, let's see if we can get this video going real quick. We'll play after the ad. Let me see what is going on.
Value north of $5 billion. CNBC.com crypto reporter Tanea McKeel joins us now with much more. Good morning.
Good morning, Frank. Yeah, so that $1 billion is up from the 990 million we were looking at yesterday. They are offering 30 million shares, pricing their IPO at $37 per share, and that is above the expected range of between $32 and $33 that we were looking at, which would give the company a total market value of $5.4 billion. And you can see that demand and investor appetite for this IPO really has grown, which is unsurprising if you've been following all of the regulatory developments and the price action in the crypto market. Originally, Bullish had marketed 20 million shares, 20.3 million shares at a much lower range beginning at $28 a share.
Okay, so it's kind of gotten boosted up a bit now at about $1.1 billion. I think the person really backing it, Peter Thiel, is a big part of this story.
Yeah.
Obviously known from Palantir, PayPal Mafia, everything else going on.
And now the EU
Wait a minute.
Treasury
I thought we were
company.
talking about
Exactly. I mean,
what is this? It's how to get you, man, every time. This is supposed to be a video about Circle, and I don't know what that was actually. Let me see if we can find that Circle video. Wait a minute. What happened here? Okay. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a Circle video, and now we are back here. All right, let me shoot this Zebec video real quick. Let's see if we can at least get this manipulation thing playing with the trading sniper. And let me grab the phone.
And girls. How are my snipers doing today? You guys are doing fantastic. Listen, ZBEC Army, you guys have been absolutely killing it with the support. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. You guys are the absolute best. Listen, I just want to address one comment because I actually saw this, right? I came to check on the ZBEC Twitter if there's anything new, which by the way, 144,000 views, which is what we love to see, right? Someone said this: I don't trust ZBEC. Why, when the market dumps, ZBEC pumps, and vice versa? Something is odd about it, in my opinion. People always are saying they don't trust until it starts moving, then they're crying because they missed it. Nah, I invested in real utility. Not going to miss anything. Even if it pumps, my trust is not there. Other utilities have 100% my trust. Then this guy said, so when do you believe crypto is real utility? When it's too late? Just like every crypto in the beginning, everyone says it's a scam, which is true. Everyone calls everything a scam, which just get out of crypto at that point. I mean, Jesus. When Bitcoin first came out, it was a scam too. Everything is a scam until it's too late. And then this guy says he's right. The fact that there's so much manipulation with ZBEC is a red flag. Other new coins with utility, like Ondo Finance, right, doesn't behave like this. I'm not telling anyone what to do because it's their money. Just be cautious. Now, listen, this guy's comment is a little bit more fair. This guy is just kind of whatever. Listen, how do I break this news? If your coin is not being manipulated, you are going to lose. Once again, if your crypto is not being manipulated, your coin is going to lose. Before we jump into ZBEC, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something because some people think I'm insane for the way I view these markets. But I promise you, when you see the same thing, you're going to understand. Listen, we talk about this. There's good manipulation, there's bad manipulation. What is good manipulation? Good manipulation is when the markets are doing their thing. They're accumulating, they're taking out certain liquidity points, they're going into certain specific zones because there's a purpose. Bad manipulation is when you pretty much get pumped and dumped on, right? When you get into a crypto, the owners sell off, the coin dies. That's bad manipulation, insider trading. Okay. And the reality is, people, this whole world is manipulated. The news is manipulated. The crypto markets are manipulated. Every type of market is manipulated. Okay. People manipulate each other. I mean, this is just the world we live in. So, newsflash to these people. Anyways, um, by the way, right, let's address 2 points. They said, well, ZBEC is selling off, the markets are going up. ZBEC, it's kind of doing its own thing, right? You got to remember, ZBEC was going sideways for roughly a year before it finally expanded, right? It's not 100% on the same wavelength as the rest of crypto. Okay. It was doing its own thing while other cryptos were pumping during 2024 and stuff. You know, ZBEC didn't do anything, it just accumulated. So, yeah, when it was finally time to get out of this huge, massive zone, you know, when the spotlight started to get onto ZBEC, yeah, it just kind of it does its own thing, and we've known about this because even when ZBEC was kind of pumping in late May and in June already started to sell off, I remember Bitcoin was still kind of doing its own thing. It was kind of selling off. It wasn't fully correlated. Um, you know, obviously it has a little bit of an impact, but it's kind of doing its own thing, and that sometimes happens, right? That sometimes happens. But listen, let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick. Right, we're gonna look at Jasmine. Okay, this is Jasmine, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you see Jasmine, right? Boom, has a bottom, 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 and practically near a double top. Right, you see this. Now let me show you Caspa. It is almost near the same identical chart. Sure, right? This top is clearly higher than this one, but it is literally like the same structure, right? Bottom, bottom, higher bottom, higher bottom. I mean, there's not much of a difference. So yeah, the markets are getting manipulated. Oh, guess what? Ondo looks kind of similar too, right? It's not 100% similar, but it kind of looks similar too. Render, guess what? Render literally also is very, very similar, right? Some coins are going to be almost near identical, some are going to be very similar. And that is just the reality. We go to something like ICP, right? ICP has also something similar where it has a bottom, higher bottom, higher bottom, right? All of the markets are suggesting that we're going to start pumping soon. So, but like Caspa and Jasmine, right? Caspa and Jasmine, they look almost near identical. Why? Because that's manipulation. Welcome to the markets, my friends. Welcome to the markets. Anyways, enough about that. All right, enough about that. I don't know what people were crying about. Utility. I mean, do we even need to go through ZBEC? I mean, not really. The thing is, if you're already watching his videos, you probably already know what ZBEC is, and you're here more for the technical analysis. And ZBEC has a ton of utility. It has a ton of foundation. It has a great team, right? We saw last time the growth between I think May and June was great, right? The partnerships are coming, the money's coming, the holders are coming. There's no reason to complain, right? And I know people that hold this crypto aren't complaining, but I just don't get people in society. Seriously, I don't get people. I don't understand. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the actual technical analysis. We know that we broke this trend line, roughly a couple days ago, probably by now. We broke this trend line, but we still could have made a choice, right? We were having higher bottoms each time. We're also
Okay, shout out to Trading Sniper for that analysis. But the video is a ZBIC, and I got off track. I was looking for, realized I just lost the video I was actually going to refer to. So now we're trying to figure out. So this is a Solana price. Solana surged 12% to 185 during a massive 140% decentralization exchange volume spike to 1.4 trillion in July 2025 per blockchain news. The rally with a 24-hour trading volume of 5.2 billion reflects growing institutional interest and user activities per CoinGecko. Technical indicator shows Solana breaking 180 resistance with RSI at 67 and support at 140 per cryptopolitan. On the chain, data highlights 6 million daily active addresses and well accumulation of 200 million, bolstering sentiment. The something upgrade was that Alpenglow upgrade, achieving 100 MP, 100 MS. Finale and testnets enhances Solana's scalability per beat block beats. However, micro pressures like the US tariffs and 70% meme coin activity drop pose risk. Analysts project a $212 target if 188 clears, but a drop below 170 could test to 158. So all this being said, I was focusing on this because with the Bitcoin reserve not happening, the market is going to look like this for some time, guys. Just get used to it or get accustomed, because they were hyping a lot of information about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin being added to the reserve. And you can see now Bitcoin is down to 117, down 4% on the day. And if you've been watching Bitcoin, Bitcoin doesn't move but 1 or 2%, right? It's been going up and up and up, but a 4% decline is huge, right? It's only up 0.5 on the week, only up 1.1 on the month. So a 4% decline in one day is huge for Bitcoin. And as I've been telling my friends, people were going to start selling Bitcoins and moving back into altcoin. And what is your favorite altcoin? You guessed it, a ZBCN. So Zebec is at a good time, and Solana's pushing up. And I want to say this rally happened around the same time the Zebec rally happened, right? In July? Wasn't that when Zebec was pushing up, right? So I don't know, but I do think these guys are correlated. Currently, Zebec is at the 0047, so we're holding the 5. 24-hour trading volume is 23.6, so it's up 5.3%. Market cap's down though. Market cap is down 2.6 to 418.4 million. Let's go to the chat real quick. Kind of passed the chat up, got off guard. Now we're getting back on. Yo, Yazin, what up though? What up, Yazin? What up, DR? What's going on? I hold 500K. Well, not financial advice, Sandeep, but get a whole another 500K. Let's make it a cool million. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. You know, I'm just messing around. Silver Days, what up? BTM Crypto News Network, let's go. XRP Army, right? Silver Days, I need to get another XRP video out. A lot of things happening with XRP as well. Smash the like and subscribe. Thank you, Silver Days. Zebec, Silver Days. Yazim, what up? What up, Al? Uh, blessing crypto family. Thank you, and thank all you Zebekians and the Zebec millionaires tuning in to the BTM Crypto News Network. So this is Scott Basson says the U.S. Bitcoin reserve worth at least 15 billion. No plans to buy more Bitcoin. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott reportedly said on Thursday, which is today, that the U.S. government plans for BTC reserve did not include buying up more of the crypto, which was not what we've been told for months and months and months. Months and months, all we've been hearing is they're going to buy more Bitcoin. strategic reserve would have more Bitcoin, which is weird because now clearly they're not buying any more Bitcoin, which is bad for Bitcoin, but is not bad for crypto. People have been saying all morning crypto's over, the bull run's over. No, ladies and gentlemen, purchasing a Bitcoin is going to slow down, but people are going to sell Bitcoin. Once they see the Bitcoin price start to dip, they're going to sell it and they're going to move back into altcoins and meme coins. So this might be the spark of altcoin season, right? But altcoin season might be on the verge of cranking up because the season starts when the Bitcoin fear and greed index is over on fear, right? People are fierce of Bitcoin, so they're selling it. So that then increases folks to sell their Bitcoin and buy altcoins. So let's see here. Where were we? We've also started a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We're not going to be buying that, but we're going to use confiscated assets to continue to build it up. We're going to stop selling them. The Bitcoin reserve at today's price is somewhere around 15 billion to 20 billion, he said in an interview with Fox News. Why is this a related video? This is not even the same video. What is this guy talking about? It's short. We're not even going to watch it. So, Bitcoin slips as U.S. rules out buying for a strategic reserve. So, a lot of people had in their mind they're going to go on a spending spree and the Treasury would buy up more Bitcoin. But after today's announcement, they're putting a halt on buying Bitcoin, which is good for altcoin season. And the price of Bitcoin will stay pretty uh, similar or pretty level, right? It's not going to crash out. It might go down some, but it's not going down because of the price. It's going down because people are selling it and buying altcoins. And like I told a lot of people initially, when the price of Bitcoin becomes to a certain point, people will sell off the Bitcoin and buy altcoin, make money with the altcoin and buy back in the Bitcoin as the price goes down, thus pushing the price of Bitcoin back up. But people are going to gamble, right? They made profits in Bitcoin. They're going to take their profits and put it into the altcoin, meme coin market, see what they can do, probably make more money, and then move it back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin being a store of value, right? It's not for fast transactions. It's not for payments, right? It's for to store the value of the crypto market. As for and that'd be actually pretty cool. What if Zebec teamed up with Bitcoin instead of using the Lightning Network, use the Zebec streaming network, or actually have the Lightning Network stream using Zebec? That'd be something worth looking into. Um, Treasury Secretary, wait, comments came in response to a question about the U.S. gold reserves and whether the government could consider similar moves with Bitcoin. I doubt we're going to revalue it. Should be revalue it. But we're going to keep it there as a store of value for the American people. Literally what I just said. Um, have you ever invested in Bitcoin? This is not a survey. What was that? It's a video. He added that the U.S. has begun incorporating Bitcoin into the strategic reserves, but was clear caveat, we've also started to get in the 21st century. A Bitcoin strategic reserve, we're not going to be buying that. We're going to be confiscating assets and continue to build up what we wait, confiscate assets and continue to build that up. We're going to stop selling that, he said. The remarks dampened recent optimism among crypto investors who have speculated the U.S. might enter the market as a buyer, potentially creating a significant demand. Instead, Hashman's clarification signals that any growth in the reserve will come from seized digital assets, of which they have plenty. Don't get it twisted. Don't underestimate how much Bitcoin has been seized from pretty good amount from a certain cartel. I know what it is, but I can't remember, so I'm not going to say. But they also confiscated a pretty good amount of Bitcoin from a certain organization. We'll leave it at that. Often the result of law enforcement actions against illicit activity rather than open market purchases. The decision contrasts with an approach taken by some other nations, such as El Salvador, which has regularly bought Bitcoin as part of a national strategy. Analysts say the U.S. may limit near-term institutional buying pressure, but could still tighten supply if the government permanently holds confiscated coins. Following the interview, Bitcoin slipped from above 118K to 117, with broader crypto markets also turning lower. So what is it now? Currently, it is down 4.1% to 117,500. Let's see. Wait, did it go back up or is it still going down? Let's see. Where were we? It is. Let me look at a regular chart because that's really not telling me a whole lot of anything. Where is trading view? Thought I had it up here. I guess not. Let me see. Where is it? I saw video that Bitcoin could use Cardano for same fast transactions. Why would they use Cardano? Cardano's not even fast. Is Cardano fast? I don't know, guys. I don't think so. Let me see. Dang it. Oh, you're right. I did hear about that. But they could also use the Zebec. Oh, wow. So this is Bitcoin on the 5-minute. Okay, let's look at the 15-minute chart. All right, let's look at the hour chart. So on the hour, Bitcoin went down. This is freaking, why do I always get market cap instead of spot? So this is on the hour. Bitcoin was at, what's it at, yesterday? 124 yesterday. Now we're down to 117.9. So it might be pushing back up, actually. And is that the all-time high, the 124 yesterday? I guess it is. So it's coming back down. And let me see, we finished this article. We did. Close that boy out. And we finished that article. So this was a Solana we read earlier. So let's check out Twitter, see what's going on Twitter News Network. They want to find ways to get it lower first. Of course. They're trying to devalue it, right? So it'll go down. And then once it starts to come down, then they're going to go on that buying frenzy. But at an all-time high, I mean, it makes sense though. I wouldn't be wanting to buy, load up on the strategic reserve while Bitcoin's at an all-time high, right? You want to buy it and make a profit. So they have to get the price down so they can pick it up. Shout out to Celsius. You guys looking for a sponsor? Your main man BTM is here drinking this stuff like water, bro. Like water, but as well, it doesn't make sense to buy it while it's high, right? You buy it when it's down. So, short of creating a black swan event, right? You would create FUD. Don't fall for this dumps. Guys, come on. Don't fall for this dump. So this is definitely, right? Continue to hold. And definitely now is when you get deeper into the ZBEC, not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. But this is when you're going to get deeper. Crown bullish, MP bullish. Check out the sentiment and other cryptos stats at Profit Pro Hit. What is Crown versus MP Smart Money? So this is the domination of altcoins in the market from 2020 and back from the beginning, and check it out. Finance, Bitcoin Cash, what the Litecoin, Polkadot, Cardano, Chainlink, Cardano, Binance, Uniswap, Polkadot, XRP's coming back up, Dogecoin, Cardano. I didn't even know Cardano was that high in the market. And there we are, Solana. Solana had a quick run, January 2022. It's coming back up. Oh, what was some fell completely off the market? Oh, Carolina. Carolina freaking disappeared. You saw that? Cardano, XRP's back at the top. Solana's right there. Solana's going down again. Well, you see, Solana came down for us to pick it up. Now, this is weird. How is Binance so big in the market? Binance and XRP 2023. 2024 is probably when it starts to take off. So you see there, Solana is up. These are altcoins? In 2024, starting to get to things we remember. And see Solana is right there, 2024, took the top, 2024, XRP, Binance, 2025, Binance is down, Solana's down, Solana's coming back, April, May, June, July. So you see Solana is still in the third place, guys. So as Solana pumps, so does a Zebec. After breaking out of the inverted head and shoulders and sweeping the previous high, Solana made a strong swing down into its bullish FVG. We got a decent reaction from the zone, but still think we revisit the lower part of the box. This is the area I'm eyeing for entry. So if we do come back down, I'm definitely buying more Solana, right? I wish I would have stuck with what I had, but I'm DCAing back into Solana and Ethereum. And of course, continuing to diamond hand at Zebec. I think Zebec is going to melt faces and people are going to be shocked as he's talking about the market manipulation and everything else that's going on. When people take their money and start moving it around, they're going to see from us, if no one else, what Zebec is doing and how it is pushing up Do you buy the Zebec dip? Put a fire emoji in the chat if you know where it's at. And you buying the Zebec dip? If you bought the ZBCN while it's down, go ahead and throw a fire emoji in the chat. Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Full disclaimer. Please remember, this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Shout out to the BTM Crypto News Network. So thank you, Hayward. You generally first on the charge. Appreciate that, fam. Appreciate the fire emoji in the chat if you are buying the ZBN dip. Definitely see you there, Dex Ranger. I'm about to probably pick up some more tonight, actually. I actually wanted to dip just a little bit so I can pick up more and watch it come back up. Let me know what you guys think about that. ZBX having a breakout, not hopium. So I just wanted to pull this back up. This isn't wishful thinking. It's probably back conviction tied to real catalyst. So breakout odds, 20 cents to 40 cents, a 70% odds. 50 cent to 80 cents, 50 to 60%. $1 is 35 to 40%. And I want to know if they updated this because this was in, what is this, July. So not that long ago. Confidence in Zebec long-term potential despite short-term price volatility. Zebec's real-time payment infrastructure, including Zebec Pay, MasterCard-backed Zebec cards, drives real-world adoption with 200 companies aboard, strategic partnership, Octaspace, and Algorand, and the DPN integration position Zebec as a leader in the blockchain payments. Strong tokenomics and growing ecosystem support Zebec's path to 1 cent. See you there. So shout out to Kuzi. I guess that's Kuzi, but he's right. The partnerships Zebec is working on will pay out, right? They have a lot of strong partnerships. They have the super app coming, and there is still the meeting next week with the other leaders, the Pay and somebody else. And also, they haven't even talked about how bad the payroll business is, right? So for payroll to go to blockchain, it is literally revolutionizing an old industry, right? Not a lot has been happening in the payroll industry. If you go back and look at history over time, the systems in payroll are very antiquated, right? It works, why mess with it? But at this point in the market, it's time to move forward. And ZBIC, I don't know if they planned this or if this is just how it ended up. They're hitting the market at the best time possible. Unfortunately, there's a lot of layoffs happening and a lot of people are losing their jobs and a lot of AI is starting to take over. So, since you don't pay robots, if you were able to stream payroll to your actual employees, you could probably have them be more productive, right? They don't have to wait 2 weeks. So, if you're streaming payroll, I'm just saying, right? And you want somebody to work overtime, and you know you're going to get the overtime that day, your overtime work will increase. I'm not sure how that affects the market, but per person, per employee, if you were able to pay your employees hourly and you stream their check, I think it probably would work a little longer and a little harder, right? Especially if they see the checks coming in. I would, bro, keep the money rolling. Grabbed another 150K today. Keep stacking that ZBEC. Yes, music is life. Continue to DCA guys. Get it while you can because it's not going to be this low too much longer. Institutionals Institutions will absolutely love Zebec. Very bullish for RWAs. We are so damn early. Shout out to Noah James. Do you have the mindset to capitalize on this? Follow me for more. So this is Jack the Ripper. Let's see what he's posting here. If we can get the
1,000 customers, which is quite a number in the crypto space. Which
you know, and the differentiation your platform has versus Coinbase or Binance. Can you explain that in terms of why you've gone that road and why that is a growth path?
Yeah, great question. So we operate an exchange, and then we operate a data business that also has Coindesk,
yes,
media outfit, and a conference business. And we wake up every day saying, how can we service institutions throughout our organization? We have over 1,000 customers, which is quite a number in the crypto space, which is still growing. And it feels like this may be a good time for crypto because you see the Genius Act coming out of Congress, the Clarity Act that came out of the House are providing an easy on-ramp for institutions to drive into crypto. The last leg of growth in crypto, the last 10 years, was basically all retail. And if you look now, the institutional wave has begun. It's here. It's a question of how big it will be. But just based on the reception we've got thus far as part of our IPO, it feels like institutional investors think this could be the moment.
So as institutional investors are getting in, we are ahead of the game because we're already in, right? And once these individual investors start to make money, it's going to attract more investors to get in the market, thus pushing the price even further up. But let me know what you guys think about that. Keeping it moving. Ions. Oh yeah. Hold on. I gotta play this. This made my day. And otherwise crazy market. Shout out to. Let me see who this is. Let's play the video real quick first. Yes. Who the heck zoomed all the way in to find this cat on the side of the mountain? This is hilarious. And what is that? A crater? How is the cat even down in there? But he's saying, oh 05, you better drop that bag. Stop being so bullish on your conviction and buy my crypto. Anonymous, right? He's saying people are coming at him, which I hear all the time. You should sell your ZBEC. Definitely not. You can buy this, it's cheaper. Definitely not. But do you have more opportunity with this crypto? Definitely not. Thanks, but no thanks, bro. I found something, a diamond in the rough, and we're going to ride it all the way till the wheels fall off. So this is, if it ever comes up, I'm not even sure what this is. And where is, can we add ZBEC to this? Wow, Solana. Let's see you out here, Solana. This isn't right because the Bitcoin went down today. But we'll check that out if this ever loads up. Here we go again. This is 9 million ZBIC. Let's go. Okay, Nico, I see you out here. So what is this? We're at the 0047, down 2%. Market cap is 417.5, down 2%. 24-hour trading volume, which is weird. The trading volume is up, even though the market cap is down. And I was looking for, I wanted to see the chart real quick and see if we can pull up the ZBCN chart. Spot. Currently, the hour chart showing RSI is down to 45.2. RSI base moving average is 41.9. We have candles on the hour chart. Let me see here. Let's see what's going on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart shows flat. Not a lot going on here. MACD cross, we're losing volume. RSI is coming down. 48.1. RSI base moving average is 54. Not too bad on a day that the market's coming down. What is that? The zeros got a couple of red candles on the 15-minute chart. RSI is flat. RSI base moving average is 51.1. RSI is 51. That's rare. Got several momentum. We're still having volume increasing on the 15-minute chart. On the 45-minute chart, got a couple volumes, got a red candle. RSI is 45, 46 on the 4-hour. On the 45-minute. On the 2-hour, looks like we got a couple of green candles at the 0046. So we fell back under the 5. RSI is 41.7. RSI base moving average is 41.3. Losing volume on the 2-hour chart as well. On the 4-hour chart, losing volume. RSI has been flat today, which is good. That means we're holding strong, right? We're holding in there on a day where a lot of things are down. Zebec is standing firm. We live. What up, Rude Boy? XRP Rude Boy, what's going on with you, fam? So this is post Zebec and say nothing. Of course, continue the streak, guys. Don't get shaken out or fall for the shakeup, right? Continue to hold and watch it pay off. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. William, I think ZBIC is repeating its reaccumulation pattern from May. Yes, it could potentially dip a little more before its next leg up, but I'm not taking any chances. Bought the dip. I think the bottom is in. If I'm wrong, lowest I see is the 004. Roast me. Okay. Trying to figure out. Okay. ZBEC decision time. Whether that quick wick below out of range is low to the 0047 was the bottom. We spring up from here to fulfill the third reaccumulation schema, or we lose the low again and validate distribution. Bullish divergent forming. Bears getting loud. My money's on the bounce. So let's see what we have here. Wickoff reaccumulation. Wyckoff. Last chance for bulls in the spring. Last point support. Distribution schema 1 for phase. I guess we're in phase C. ZBEC on KuCoin. Looks like if it does come down to the 007, the 006, it blows up to the 0058. This is showing it goes down from the 0046 to the 004 down to 0040. So that's some good analysis there, my friend William. Let me see. See what it's showing here. It looks like let's see if the accumulation's what he's showing here. I don't know. Looks like a pump's coming. That's pretty much what I can tell you. Looks like we're on the verge of a pump. This is just in. President Trump says the Fed should lower interest rates by 3 to 4 points to 1%. That would be.
Now he's got us in a bad place. So we're paying $360 billion a year for each point. Now, I believe we should be 3 or 4 points lower. So that's over $1 trillion we pay every year in interest. And it's really just a paper calculation. You sign a document and you save almost $1 trillion because that number equates very much to the bonds that we have to buy. But despite that, we're powering through it, and we have the greatest economy maybe we've ever had. And now he's got us in a bad place. So we're paying $360 billion a year for each point. Now,
So definitely more momentum for the rate cut. And I think that's this month. Is that this month or is it in September? I don't think the meeting will be around this week, so it must be September. It's official. The United States of America will not buy a single Bitcoin. Guess who met Trump CEO of Ripple, Brad Gensinghouse? Keep an eye on that, ladies and gentlemen. Just in, Secretary Bassins says the U.S. government is not buying Bitcoin. Just in, the United States government announces they will not be buying Bitcoin. Earlier today, the U.S. Treasury finally admitted the obvious. The U.S. will not be buying any more Bitcoin, killing months of rumors. So I'm not crazy. I thought they were saying that. Exactly as I predicted, the government strung the naive Bitcoiners along with a fake narrative about building a strategic reserve. In reality, there was nothing more than holding pen for seized Bitcoin, something that existed over a decade. No new policy, no strategic move. The real purpose is obvious: to juice prices for insiders. Bohope, sitting on millions of Bitcoin, abruptly resigns under the weight of glaring conflicts of interest. David Sachs claimed to have dumped all his crypto, yet his venture fund conveniently retains stakes in every token the admin was pushing. And Donald Trump Jr. via World Liberty Finance concerned the bulk of the crypto revenue streams and token supply, pocketing well over $100 million. This wasn't governance, it was a state sanctioned market rigging, dressing up as a cash grab for political cronies as the national policy and leaving public holders the bag while the insiders laughed all the way to the bank. That was a hand. That was definitely a mouthful. Definitely keep your eye on Solana, though. XRP's down, Dodge is down, Cardano, Tron, XLM, Dot, Link, BCH, SUI, Near, Litecoin. I'm not sure what that is. Adaptive, maybe. Optum and AAVE. That was a handful. Let's see what else is going on. Bitcoin Treasury says the U.S. will not be buying Bitcoin. So this is top low risk altcoins. Portfolio one. Thought it was like a little, yeah. Which ones of these would you hold this altcoin? All these portfolios consist of high percentage top 10 large caps. When you're navigating times like these, where we are yet to see a flow of money from Ethereum profits to large caps, it's a good balance. Heavy bags of large caps only save you during corrections, but these are altcoins that move beyond the scope of one cycle. Low caps hold potential. Even small portions is enough for you for your long-term journey. So portfolio one is Hype, Ondo, Cubic, Rio, and Prophecy. Portfolio two is Link, Algo, Tail, Anyone, and Zebec, ZBCN. Portfolio three is Sui, Cash. Is that Casper Cash? KTA, C Pool, and Strata. I've been trying to buy Strata too, but it's only on Binance, I think. So this is portfolio two. We're at 8% market cap. I guess this is Chainlink, Algo, Tail, which is that Telegram? And small cap is, I don't know what this is. Anyone? I do like portfolio two. Let me know in the comments. I'll give you a second to look at this. Which portfolios are you guys into? And let me give you a second. Which portfolio are you guys willing to invest in? Yes, Sun Moon 442. What is this? Zebec is strong. And it looks strong. Looks strong, super strong. Let me see. What was something I saw earlier while you guys are making a decision of something in the zeros. What was it? Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah. What up, ZBCN man? What's going on? Like 2%, 0.5. Where is this? Let me see. Tron token? Cancel Christmas. Okay, so back to X. So let me know which one you guys think. What up, ZBC? What up, my guy? Doing the Lord's work. I see. Definitely so, sir. Definitely so. Praise the Lord. Let me see here. This is hold and accumulate more. We will devour any and all dips along the way. I like the Green Lantern X, which is weird because shouldn't it be purple, maybe? A purple lantern? I don't know. So this is bobbing lantern. Our low will be between the 0043 and the 0035. I hope not. Hope we can hold the 004 and come back up. Great building opportunity there. I was a little surprised at going there. No complaining at all. Just sit. Just need to sit on our hands and hold. Definitely hold and accumulate more. See here. Did you buy the dip? Did you buy the dip, guys? Quick TA. Price pulled back to retest the new floor at the 0046 and the 00463 after the recent breakout in this zone holds. It could be a launch pad for the next move up. Support holding bullish continual. Break below deeper correction. So this is at the 00, I guess above the 0048, and this is below between the 0048 and the 0046, and we are currently at the 0046, 463. So definitely 463. So the next line down would be the 0044. But hopefully we can hold the 004s. What's your price prediction for the year where we top out? You don't know. You don't want to know my price prediction. I'm very bullish on Zebec. I don't know, guys. I'm scared to say because every time I say anything, freaking price goes down. But I'm thinking between 50 cents and $1. There is too much adoption about to happen. There's too much going on. You got the NHL, the NFL, or maybe the NBA, right? Possibly, maybe, allegedly, right? Then you have ISO 20022. Then you have the MICA and the FCA, right? Then you got streaming payroll. I'm telling you guys, if the NFL or NHL announce that there will be streaming payroll checks, this crypto will explode like you've never seen a crypto explode, right? The price on this would go crazy just from an announcement. They don't even have to stream the payroll. If they say they are going to use it or even thought about using it or even in conversations with people attempting it, right? Like the Odell Beckham thing with Bitcoin, and then all these other players started getting Bitcoin checks and bonuses and payouts. All you need is one person to say, one player, notably, hopefully, notable, a serious contender in the market or a serious option, especially if it's a fantasy guy, right? And he says they can stream the check, and then they're talking about streaming payroll, bro. He'll be at $1 by the end of the year, right? Mark it down. I got you, ZBCN, man. So even if they don't even advertise, right? And if they don't even do it, if the super app comes and we don't hear anything else, it's going to be at least 50 cents. I'm suspecting it's going to pump up to 1 cent by the end of August. Yeah, I said it. You heard it here first. I think it's going to hit 1 cent by the end of August, right? This meeting next week will definitely set Zebec on fire. And when people are moving out of Bitcoin, because if you haven't been in the market long, you know the people who make money in Bitcoin, right? Making thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, millions of dollars, you can't cash out that much, right? You got to move it to something else. Then you can cash it out. And if you do cash it, it's going to take forever. So be smart to take your profit and invest it back into altcoins and meme coins. And as you see this, we're going to see a push. And what is the number one meme coin, especially with this picture right here? This is yesterday, ZBIC and Uphold on the ice and on the court. If this is what we think it is, we're talking about major exposure, potential NHL plus NBA sponsors would put ZBIC on the front of millions of eyes every season. The bull might just go prime time, go beyond prime time. If there is even a hint of the ZBIC on somebody's jersey collar or on the sleeve or even on a sock, somebody zooms in like, what is that? We give them the whole ZBIC spiel. Even if you just tell them it's a payroll company, interest in Zebec and Uphold would be through the roof. Like I said earlier, it's not even that many companies in payroll, right? It's not even a lot of payroll. I don't say interest or updates, but just in general, it's not a lot of payroll companies in the market. So if you mention payroll, people are going to flock to it. What is this? What is this? Let me see what it's talking about. And then we'll see that interest increase. ZBIC lows are almost in before our next move up. Check it out. Our low between the 0043 and the 00385. Everyone's talking about below the 4. I think we can hold the 4 though. Put I don't know, 4, I guess, in the chat. If you think we can hold the 4, or if we're going to drop down to 3, I think we're going to hold the 4 though. If we can hold the 004 and push back up, I think we're going to see the beginning of a serious leg up, right? This is when people are starting to get back in. School's starting. We should see some movement with Science Card, right? There should be some news about Science Card. The super app is coming. Science Card, the super app, the credit cards. There's some things in the works, guys. I think the amount of money saved from coinies not paying ACH fees is a no-brainer. Companies. Yeah, no problem there. ZBCN, man. What up, Yazim? Definitely a fire emoji in the chat. And you're right, ZBCN, man. Not even just companies, just processing as a whole. If you're streaming payroll, you don't have to wait, right? You're not going to get more fees. You're not going to have to spend extra amounts of money. There's not going to be a lot of waiting. You're going to go ahead and get paid and keep it moving. And from that, that's going to also help push the market up, right? Let me see. Where were we? Okay, here. Good morning, crew. ZBCN, HBAR, and XRP. Marry one, kill one, sleep with one. I guess we're gonna have to marry ZBCN. Ooh, that's tough. I guess we can sleep with XRP and kill HBAR. That's weird. That's hard, actually. Just snagged my silver card. ZBIC dropped on Solana. Earned by holding 500 ZBIC plus card. Simple. No farming needed. What? I'm not sure about this airdrop, so don't try it, right? Research it first. I know a lot of airdrops are very scammers. So definitely research that before you put your ZBIC up. Okay. Dang it. So I wanted to know more about ZBIC. Having come across them thanks to XRP, ZBC, and Lantern. I'm shocked at this company's partnerships. Take a look below. Solana, Circle, Stellar, Visa, MasterCard, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Ethereum. What? Base, Binance, Near, CES, CodaPay, and that's who they're meeting with tomorrow, actually, CodaPay. But let me click to this real quick. I'll be right back.
Having lower bottom or lower highs each time, and then we made a decision. We broke below. We officially shifted structure. We went below the zone. Or at one point, we're a double bottom, but then we just failed. We went lower. Then we can see when we did pull up, we were just simply retesting off of this zone, right? Kind of creating a resistance. And we said, there might have been potential reversal signs down here at 0.0048. But the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, the 4-hour candles were extremely weak, right? The 4-hour candles were extremely weak. And even on the hourly, nothing really suggested it, except maybe at one point, I guess at 6 p.m. it was looking good, but then when we actually look at the candle itself, by the time the hourly closed, right, it did not look good. And the hourly even shows very, very well. Like ZBEC, I might start leverage trading this pair because ZBEC is super, super nice in terms of fundamentals. I mean, seriously, we have a top, like lower top, lower and lower. double bottom, lower bottom. I mean, the fundamentals, the way this crypto trades, it's so beautiful. Yeah, it is manipulated, buddy. It's manipulated in a beautiful way, which is why this thing is going to pump super, super hard. Listen, as of right now, there are zero signs of us going up, but do not be afraid. Do not be afraid, right? We know corrections are normal. We know corrections are normal. They are healthy, right? If we do pull down further, ladies and gentlemen, right, then this is probably where we're gonna really start reversing. 0.0042 is going to be your most likely last area where you're gonna really be able to kind of get in for a good price, right? If you did miss this whole wave, right? I don't think we're going to be seeing these lows again, right? That we might spike a little bit, maybe into the 3.8, the 3.9. Other than that, we should really not be seeing any of these lows really get hit once again, right? Anywhere from 0.0024 to 0.0035, it should really not be going there because, right, we knew that this was pretty much the main support and resistance, which is why, when we attempted to break it, right? We kind of failed the first time back in early to mid July. We sold off a little bit. We attempted again. It was kind of 50-50, and then we finally bursted through it. So now this is just going to be a simple retest, pullback to then spring further up to then contest the all time highs. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, right? For me, this is one of those things where I am not worried, and neither should you, right? There are zero signs and the way ZBEC is trading very fundamental. If there was an aggressive break, kind of like this, when we had it in the beginning of June, then I would be like, yeah, you know what? That is a huge momentum shift. And most likely we would be looking to be going lower and lower. But the reality is ZBEC's trading very, very fundamentally and very slowly to the downside. I mean, we can even look at these daily candles with the way they're trading, right? Boom. If you take it even from the wick to, I guess, technically where it closes, 8.7% in one day. When we go from here, go like this.
So as he's mentioning, ZBIC is not crashing down, which I was telling you guys in the beginning. So there is Pay, which there is a AMA next week. They pushed it back in Azure, but there's another quick video in the mix here. So let's see this one.
Some people have been talking about ZBCN as like the next XRP and stuff like that. What does that kind of comparison mean to you before we then get into kind of like, adoption of Zebec and that utility?
Well, I mean, we've been hearing it more and more recently. I'd say at Zebec, we have a ton of respect for Ripple and XRP and what they've built. We've been in talks with them now for the past couple of weeks about a potential product that we're working on together, but we're definitely on their radar. And I'd say it's definitely a company that Zebec respects a lot. Now, the similarities between Zebec and XRP really come down to the markets that they're serving, right? Ripple, you can give a lot of the success to the size of the problem that they're trying to solve. So if they're tackling global remittance, alone that market is shy of $800 billion in US terms. Now, when you look at payroll, which is the problem that Zebec is trying to solve, the payroll market in the US alone in volume is north of 10 trillion. So both massive markets, which is why I believe that Ripple has been able to get to the size it has. And Zebec, I believe, is on a similar trajectory.
So I guess it's true what they say about the tortoise and the hare, right? It's not who gets out first, it's who wins the race.
Bobby Mitchnick from Black
Is who is steady, right? Steady wins the race.
Robbie Mitchnick from BlackRock. Understand that you guys know one another. What's the deal there? How does that work?
Well, this is definitely an interesting and unexpected question.
Sorry, I just wanted to throw a left field one in there.
No, I love it. I mean, Robbie's actually a classmate of mine, or was a classmate of mine, and a personal friend as well. We've known each other for over 10 years. As a fellow, what I would call big picture thinker, we both entered crypto years ago, while many of our friends and classmates in university took jobs on Wall Street and other areas of TradFi. I mean, both of us actually did start in TradFi before we made the jump to crypto. And it's really good to see him now leading the Web3 efforts at the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock.
Robbie,
Talking about having friends in high places, right? That's like a super come up, right? Your friend is the hedge, one of the investing managers at BlackRock. So this is the commercial, bro. I've been all the way left. I didn't even get to the commercial yet. So let's see here.
At Zebec, we began by composing with money itself, turning individual programmable streams into a fluid financial symphony. We orchestrated an interconnected ecosystem where every transaction plays out in real time and in perfect harmony. A masterpiece built on a single core principle: unbreakable trust.
Regulation is not a blocker. It's a foundation for trust.
Working with US-based clients and compliant stablecoin providers, we've embedded AI-driven security from day one, accelerating adoption with real-time fraud-free finance.
Zebec is focusing on programmable money. GateNox has been focusing on programmable trust.
With the acquisition of GateNox, a leading identity orchestration platform, Zebec brings native Know Your Customer, Know Your Business, and anti-money laundering infrastructure directly into its core. Building on their experience with global banks and enterprise clients, we're not just reacting to the complex patchwork of global regulations, we're future-proofing for it, engineering a universal compliance layer into the foundation of programmable finance. This is our commitment, demonstrated by our pursuit of SOC 2 for operational integrity and our path to ISO 222, ensuring your value flows are seamless, secure, and always in harmony with the rules of tomorrow.
If you really want to build a proper business and be able to make decent money out of it, then act like a real institution.
Zebec, where compliance isn't a hurdle, it's the conductor of your global superpower.
So you see in this video where they're focusing on compliance, right? Right in the time when most of the audits happen, right? I worked in financial services and fintech for a few years, actually like 5 years. And audits start around, what is this? The end of the year, right? So like October, November, December. So if they were to partner with the NHL or the NBA and they ran this commercial during audit season, definitely going to pique a lot of interest, guys. I'm telling you, a lot of you guys have no idea what is coming or what is around the corner. There is a lot of hype building. Either it's going to crash or it is going to explode. And I'm betting on it is going to explode like nothing you've seen in crypto, right? Strictly because it is in the payroll. And even as this guy said, the payroll market is way bigger than remittance and payments, right? I think he said it was 10 trillion versus 800 million for remittance. That's just in the US. Think about with these guys getting compliant, what kind of madness or what kind of what is that called? Not deterrent, disruptor. Think about what kind of disruptor a ZBIC could be in the payroll. And in payroll, if you can save these folks a dime, right? A couple pennies, you will be legendary, right? And ZBEC can easily do that. You can easily see ZBEC transferring some of the information onto small HR company and payroll and making these guys a fortune. A couple of pennies could be a couple dollars, maybe 20 cent, 25 cent, 30 cent, 50 cent. A couple pennies could be the breaking point on most companies becoming profitable versus being not profitable. That's how tight the line is, especially with the interest rate being super high and them not cutting the interest rate. That couple of pennies you save on fees and HCA payments could be what keeps a lot of small companies in business. So these guys are going to freaking flock to Zebec. And this is, I posted it yesterday. I'm not sure if anybody checked it out. On-chain data shows 90% of the addresses are now profitable for Zebec, guys, increasing sales side pressure and futures opened. I don't know why I put the future opens part on there, but 90% of the people holding Zebec is profitable. A lot of us got in when it was 0017002 003 or 0005. So, of course, we're finally in the profit, right? But make sure you have a plan and make sure you know what you hold. But it's your main man BTM signing out. Peace and hair grease. And let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. It's your main man BTM signing out. See you guys tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. Miners out.